Along with the most glorious return of NFL football, TPS versus the world is back. But this year, we got a new twist. We're running a Madden simulation of each game and adding that into the mix.
Boom!
Of course, there'll still be some opportunities to earn some TPS bucks. Beat either the TPS experts or Madden's picks for the week, and we'll give away 50 TPS bucks. But if you can beat both, then we'll make it a cool 100. And hey, that's not all. To sweeten the pot even more, we're gonna give out an additional 50 TPS bucks if we miss our lock of the week, and another 50 for every exact score prediction that TPS or Madden hits. So, all you have to do to earn some TPS bucks this upcoming week is, number 1, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Number 2, like this video. Number 3, comment below with your biggest lock for week 1. Now, let us get right into the games. Detroit Lions at Kansas City Chiefs. So, quick clarifier for this one. Our predictions, simulation, and everything were done before the Thursday night game. Of course, this video is coming out after it. But fear not, good viewer, our projections were all done ahead of time, and our simulations ran well before. But the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs are welcoming the Detroit Lions into town to open season on Thursday Night Football. The Lions are looking to play spoiler on banner night and get KC's title defense off to a rocky start. But they're going to be up against the first ever TPS World Madden consensus pick. 65% of the TPSers are backing Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, even without Travis Kelce suiting up. And the Madden simulation was even more empathetic, as the Chiefs steamrolled them 45-9. Our experts are taking a little bit more of a modest stance, but we're taking the reigning champs by a final score of 24-10. Cincinnati Bengals at Cleveland Browns. Heading into 2023, there are a lot of folks who believe that the AFC North is going to be one of the most competitive divisions out there. And luckily, we're going to get to see a couple of contenders duke it out week 1 when Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals head to Cleveland to face up against Deshaun Watson and the Browns. The TPS fans, however, don't think that this one will be much of a contest at all, as 85% of the voters are backing Cincy. And you know what? They may be onto something, because the TPS experts and the Madden simulation are also both back in last year's AFC runner-ups, to the tune of 28-21 and 38-21 respectively. The Browns are going to need a revitalized performance out of Watson and the rest of the Browns offense that was an overwhelming disappointment in 2022 if they want to prove their doubters wrong and get the 2023 season off to a good start. Houston Texans at Baltimore Ravens. 2023 is more than likely going to be a rebuilding year for the Houston Texans, and traveling to Baltimore for week 1 makes for a challenging start. At least both the TPS fans and experts think so. In fact, we are so sure that we're making it our lock of the week and are predicting a 38-7 whomping. Madden, however, had other ideas, and the simulation actually had the Texans winning outright by a final score of 27-14. Houston is going to have its work cut out for them, though, with rookie quarterback CJ Stroud facing up against the stout Ravens D. Oh, and they're going to have to try and contain a freshly paid and likely revitalized Lamar Jackson. Good luck with that, Houston. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Minnesota Vikings. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are snapping back to reality with Tom Brady having hung up the cleats for good this past offseason. And their first challenge is going to be taking on the reigning NFC North champion Minnesota Vikings on the road. Once again, the TPS fans and our experts are aligned on this pick. A monstrous 92% of the voters are taking the Vikings at home, and we're predicting a 31-14 victory. Madden seems to have other ideas, though. The simulation predicted Tampa Bay would win by a final score of 17-16, and true to form, it was Kirk Cousins blowing the game in crunch time for Mitty. On 4th and 4 at midfield with just 34 seconds left, he haplessly fired an incompletion into double coverage. You know, actually thinking about it a little bit more, maybe Madden is onto something. But from our POV, that Bucs team has just way too many holes on its roster to compete with a Vikings team that went 13-4 in 2022 and improved even more this offseason. Not only could the offense be a disaster with Baker Mayfield under center, but there is serious reason to doubt that the Bucs have any way of containing Justin Jefferson. Carolina Panthers at Atlanta Falcons. The NFC South may be the single least exciting division this year. And while the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons may have higher upsides than their intra-division neighbors, don't expect a slobber knocker of any sort out of these two sides in Week 1. The TPSers think that Atlanta will be able to defend its home turf, but both our experts and the Madden sim think otherwise. We like the Panthers to edge out the Falcons in a close one by a final score of 21-20, while Madden envisions a 16-10 final in which Desmond Ridder throws a late TD to Mac Hollins, but they unfortunately can't recover the onside kick. Look for Bryce Young to appear like a seasoned pro in Week 1 and remain calm, cool, and collected as he leads the Panthers to a victory in his first NFL start. Arizona Cardinals at Washington Commanders. The Arizona Cardinals are expected to be contenders this year. Contenders in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes, that is. Their first step towards ending up at the top of the 2024 draft comes in the form of a road trip to the nation's capital to face off with the new-look Commanders. Everyone and their mother is taking Washington in this one. The world, Madden, and us included. We actually think it's going to be an even bigger blowout than the Madden sim, which finished at 28-14 predicted. Look for Sam Howell to have a big statement game in Week 1 and lead the Commanders to an apathetic 27-3 victory. Jacksonville Jaguars at Indianapolis Colts. Josh Allen and the up-and-coming Jacksonville Jaguars are traveling to Indy Week 1 to take their stab at the Colts and their rookie quarterback, Anthony Richardson. Unfortunately for the dual-threat quarterback, the consensus is that the Jags are gonna take care of business, even against a division rival on the road. 92% of the TPSers think that Jags are going to win, and with a 26-14 prediction, we were just a smidge off of Madden's 28-14 final. It's nothing against Richardson, just the Colts still have a lot of holes on that roster, and we expect it to be too tall a task for the third youngest starting quarterback in NFL history. San Francisco 49ers at Pittsburgh Steelers. It was a tough end to the 2022 season for the San Francisco 49ers as their entire quarterback room combusted with injuries. Luckily for the Niners, Brock Purdy seems to have fully healed up from that nasty elbow injury and subsequent surgery, which I suppose gives good reason for the world and the Madden simulation, which predicted a 20-12 finish, to back his side. Our experts aren't buying the hype though. Look for a gritty Pittsburgh-style victory for the Steelers, 14-13. Tennessee Titans at New Orleans Saints. The Tennessee Titans really melted down the stretch of the 2022 season, but they'll have a good opportunity to get the season off to a better start against the Saints in the Big Easy. The TPSers are on an island on this one, however. 73% of the voters are taking the Saints, perhaps buying into the Derek Carr hype. Meanwhile, our experts like the Titans to win a close one, 20-17, and Madden projects a 14-9 Titans W, with the aforementioned Carr as the culprit. On 3rd and 9, with a minute and 37 seconds left, he's picked off by Azeez Al-Shaair. Then Derrick Henry runs for the first to end it. Yeah, that sounds pretty believable to me. Las Vegas Raiders at Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos are hosting their AFC West rival, the Las Vegas Raiders, to start off the season, and the first year of the Sean Payton era in the Mile High City. Our fans seem to think that Russell Wilson is going to look like a changed man under Payton, but neither our experts or the Madden sim agree. We are predicting a 23-20 Raiders victory, and Madden projects Vegas wins 28-24, in part thanks to a classic Russell Wilson and, I suppose, Madden logic error. On the last play of the game, from the Raiders 36, Wilson throws, you guessed it, a 14-yard completion, a mere 22 yards short of the end zone. But hey, still a better decision than when the Broncos hired Nathaniel Hackett as their coach. Philadelphia Eagles at New England Patriots. New England is starting off the year with an old blood feud, welcoming the Philadelphia Eagles into Gillette Stadium. Unfortunately, this one might not live up to the hype of its predecessors, at least based on the consensus belief from all three parties that the Eagles are going to take care of the Patriots with minimal trouble on the road. 90% of the voters are taking Philly, and we like the Birds to win 31-21. Madden has it a little bit closer, with Rashad Penny icing a 23-20 victory with a first down to kill the remaining ticks on the clock. So yeah, look for Philly to roll in this one. Los Angeles Rams at Seattle Seahawks. Seattle is coming off a phenomenal 2022 campaign, and welcoming the Rams, one of the league's biggest disappointments of last year, into town. Both our experts and fans like Seattle to keep its momentum going. In fact, we think they will take care of them handily, beating them by a final score of 24-10. The computer, aka Madden, thinks otherwise, however. They've got the Rams taking it 20-3. So It actually stays close for most of the game, but then with 1 minute and 41 seconds remaining, all hell breaks loose for Seattle. Cam Akers runs for a touchdown to go up 13-3. Then, the next possession, Geno Smith is sacked, fumbles, and rookie Byron Young picks it up and scores. Gotta love Madden. Miami Dolphins at Los Angeles Chargers. This battle between two of the NFL's biggest party cities will feature two prominent young quarterbacks, Tua for the Dolphins and Justin Herbert for Los Angeles. Our fans think that Tua is able to pick up where he left off before the injuries last year and lead the Finns to a big road win to start the season. But neither our experts or Madden are all that convinced. The simulation predicts a bit of a strange one, with LA taking it 25-7. Meanwhile, we're going a more traditional route. Chargers 33, Dolphins 31. Green Bay Packers at Chicago Bears. Green Bay is headed to Chicago without Aaron Rodgers under contract for the first time in forever. Meanwhile, Chicago might actually have found itself a quarterback. The TPS fans are shading towards the Bears in this one, though without too much conviction, as it was split 57-43. Madden, however, thinks that the Packers wiped the floor with Chicago 38-0. Well, our experts are somewhere in the middle here. Look for Jordan Love to impress, but not blow anyone's socks off as he leads the Packers to a 17-14 victory. Dallas Cowboys at New York Giants. Dallas is headed to New York this week in the hopes that they can get this season off to a better start than last year's finished with. Once again, our experts in the computer are at odds with the fans, who think Dallas has this one in the bag. Our experts think it's going to be close, but that New York will edge them out 24-23, probably after a critical error from Dak Prescott. Madden sees the Giants never really letting Dallas get close in this one after Daniel Jones throws a TD to Paris Campbell to go up 13-3. Because the next drive, Dak gets sacked by Kayvon Thibodeau, then throws a Deontay Banks pick six. Wow, actually, that doesn't sound too far off from our prediction. Buffalo Bills and New York Jets. Last but certainly not least, we have last year's AFC East champion Buffalo Bills headed to the Meadowlands to face off with the new-look Jets. We love what New York has done with its roster, even beyond the acquisition of Aaron Rodgers. And we also like the Jets to take it 20-17. The TPSers and Madden, however, seem to disagree. Around 71% of the fans voted Buffalo. And Madden, well, the computer seems to think that the Bills will take it by 2 scores, 28-14, after Damian Harris runs for a touchdown. It also couldn't help but take a shot at the Jets' surly vets, having Rodgers throw a garbage time pick to seal the game. Alright, and that's it for the first edition of this year's TPS versus the world, with a little bit of Madden sprinkled in. So, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, then add your own bold prediction down below for a chance to win some awesome prizes. And of course, be sure to vote on next week's games in our community section. Then, tune in next week to see if you won.